Hi, and thank you for checking out Check In with the Soup. I'm Steve Thompson, the superintendent of Willoughby East Lake City Schools, and wanted to give some information to parents about our reopening plan and our schedules. Students are to report to school on August 31st. Whether you're in the remote setting or you are coming to the brick and mortar, August 31st is the first day of school for students. So I want to talk a little bit first about virtual classroom and what that looks like. For students K through 5, those students will be with a fully dedicated online teacher. That teacher will be a Willoughby East Lake teacher. They may or may not be a teacher from the building that your student would normally attend, but they are a teacher from a district teacher from one of our elementary schools. More information will be coming out next week where you'll get information on who that teacher is and more information about scheduling and how it works. We'll also provide Schoology training, that's our learning management platform, and we'll provide training for parents so that you're able to easily use the system, and I think you'll find that system to be much more user-friendly and much more robust. High schools will still be using that same, middle schools and high schools still using that same learning management system, Schoology. However, those students will be live. The classroom that they would have attended if they were brick and mortar will be live streamed. So they'll be sitting in their class in real time. Both middle school, high school, and elementaries will all be recorded and uploaded so that parents can sit down with a student and rewatch a class if you wanted to. Parents could rewatch a class, students could rewatch a class, just an opportunity to further enhance the learning opportunity. On Wednesdays, this is a change, on Wednesdays we will be going to an early release. For middle schools and high schools, we will release, middle schools will release at 1:10. Each day middle schools will release at 1:10, high schools will release at 12:20. Those students who are able to get a ride or can drive, they will be permitted to leave campus right then. Those students that are not able to get a ride to leave will be on learning opportunities in the building still, an opportunity to review content from the school day, and buses will run at their normally scheduled times. They will be supervised by staff. So students will have the opportunity for transportation if they need it. Forms will be coming out to parents to make that determination. I know there are also a lot of questions about school closing. What could cause school to close and how would we respond? And one of those ways that could cause a building or a classroom to shut down is exposure from a student or staff member who is COVID-19 positive. In elementary schools, our protocol is if a student or staff member is exposed, or two students potentially are exposed or have COVID-19 in one classroom, one self-contained classroom, that classroom will be quarantined for 14 days, automatically moving to remote learning. If we have a case in an elementary school where we have two separate classrooms who have exposure, the entire building will be quarantined for 14 days. The entire building will move to remote learning. In the middle schools and high schools, obviously they're different because of the way a student progresses through the day. If one student or staff member is exposed to COVID-19 or is COVID-19 positive, that all those classes and all those students in those classes will be quarantined for 14 days. If there are two or more exposures in one of our middle schools or high schools, then that entire high school or middle school will be quarantined. We'll be working with the local board of health to help make those determinations, and the 14-day quarantine is subject to change again from direction from the Lake County Board of Health. Another concern we have that could close our schools is just simply not being able to staff our buildings due to increased absenteeism due to the pandemic. So that is a reality as well, and we'll communicate that as quickly as we can to the community. As I have stated before, I think it's really imperative that all parents are prepared to move to remote learning and make some contingency plans for what that might look like for you from a child care perspective. We are doing the best we can with the information that we have. We hope that you stay safe, stay well, and if we stay together, we'll be strong. Thank you for watching. Check in with the Soup.